Geno Smith traded to Las Vegas Raiders. It's just crazy how a GM could go on live television and tell you, yeah, Geno's our guy. Geno's our guy. Then like 2 weeks later, reporting, Geno Smith, breaking news, Geno Smith has been traded to Las Vegas Raiders for a third round pick. A guy go from, it's just crazy how the NFL work, bro. Snyder came out, was on NBC, said, yeah, he's our guy. He's the guy we want in the future. It goes from that to, yeah, we don't, yeah, let's trade him. Mind you, he's going to Pete Carroll. I knew Pete Carroll wanted because Pete Carroll old, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Pete Carroll, he ain't got, he just came back. Now for him coming back, now he's already the oldest coach in the NFL right now. He's the oldest head coach in the NFL. He ain't got no time, bro. He don't know how much time he got left. No disrespect. So he ain't got no time. He trying to make it work now. He trying to make something shake now. So the only way you can make something shake now, you got to bring in a veteran, somebody that you're familiar with. He's familiar with Geno Smith. Geno Smith is familiar with the system that Pete Carroll wants to run. You feel what I'm saying? And Geno Smith, he's a very accurate quarterback. But my issue with Geno Smith is he loses the game he's supposed to lose, and he wins the game he's supposed to win. And that you're always going to be a 9-8, 10 and lucky 10-7, and you're potentially probably going to be the last team that's out of the playoffs, or you're probably going to be that last team that sneaks in the playoffs. But you're never going to be that team that gets over that hump to where, okay, this team is convinced. You're just always going to be okay. They're good enough to make the playoffs, but they're one and done. They're going to get embarrassed in the wild card. That's what a Geno Smith led team has been in the last 3 to 4 years. If you just look at the results and look at his play, in my opinion, bro. So him going to the Raiders, I'm not surprised, to be honest with you, because I was already hearing that they potentially would probably trade him because the money that he wants, they're not willing to give him, especially a guy that's 34 years old. You know what I'm saying? You're the Seahawks, you're going to miss the playoffs back-to-back years. And Geno coming off a year where he threw 15 interceptions and only 22 touchdowns. So you're dealing with that situation. Are you willing to pay this dude all this money? And now you go in the future with him, or are you willing to bet on yourself and say, we can find us a quarterback of the future, and let's get rid of Geno now a year early than a year too late, because he's going in his final year of his deal where he's going to make about $25 million. So he's going to make about that much money. Do you want to bring him back, have him be the quarterback this season? You're mid again, 9-8, 10-7. Then now he want a big deal. Now you got to pay him, or let's get rid of him and let's make that the Raiders' problem. And I think that's a smart thing with Seattle. Now this gonna show me if Snyder's a real good GM. With decisions like this, bro, what happens is I know a lot of people be outraged. This is shut up. This is a prove it now. Prove to us why you're one of the best GMs. If you're one of the best GMs, you can do what you got to do. You can change it, or you're going to make a decision to where you're going to bring a quarterback in. It's going to be Sam Darnold. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be reunion with Russell Wilson. Are you going to call Aaron Rodgers? Shoot. Are you going to give to Sam Howell and let him just be the guy that takes the mantle to be the starting quarterback of the team? And be the leader of the team. Are you going to give him a shot? But he wasn't that bad with the Commanders. I really think it was more Bieniemy's system than him. When you don't have a good O-line, how can you play that type of style of offense? When your O-line sucks and you're getting sacked hell of times, how can you play and sit and wait on guys and long play action plays? The one you're not going to be able to win like that, bro. You dropping back 30 times. How can you sit in shotgun and just sling the ball 30 times and not expect to get sacked 5 or 6 times when you got a terrible O-line? So it might be potential where they're saying, bye-bye, Geno and Sam, this is your team. Will they draft a quarterback? Shedeur Sanders, Cam Ward. So it's a lot of things. So we don't know what Snyder's going to do. You know what I'm saying? But to this is going. I'm looking at him and saying, what are you going to do? Because you got rid of Pete Carroll, you brought in Will McDonald. We know you're running the show. So show the organization why giving you the team and letting you be the guy that makes the decisions, why you deserve it. If you can't show that, then you don't actually be fired. Because in reality, even though, like I say, Geno loses, he's a mid quarterback to where I'm not saying mid by like he sucks. or he just not that good. I'm saying mid to where you're always going to be 9-8, 10-7, bro, with him, bro. You're not going to be no team where you can win 14. You're not going to win 14 games with Geno Smith. You're just not. You're just not. His resume shows that you're not going to win that much. You'll be lucky to win that much. And if you do, it's probably because you got a great ass defense. If you got a great ass defense, you can do something. But if you don't have a good defense, then and you got to depend on Geno to make some plays. He can make some plays. He has a lot of go ahead touchdowns. But sometimes it's the go ahead touchdowns. Then you got some games where he getting his ass blown out. So what is it with him sometimes, bro? So you don't know what you're gonna get with a Geno Smith. But that's how I look at the situation, bro. Now I'm looking. Let's go to the Raiders. When we look at the Raiders, they need a quarter. They're desperate. They need a quarterback, bro. O'Connell and Gardner Mitchell ain't gonna cut it. Derek Carr ain't cut it. Derek Carr took you to 2 playoffs in 9 seasons. That ain't gonna cut it. That ain't gonna cut it, bro. You've been looking for a quarterback, but you ain't had a good quarterback since Rich Gannon. Think about that. You haven't had a good quarterback, a consistent good. You haven't had a quarterback that was consistent and taking you to playoffs and long playoff runs since Rich Gannon. Rich fucking Gannon. So you haven't really shown nothing at the quarterback position in almost 23 fucking years. Geno Smith, to me, he ain't gonna be Rich Gannon level, but he can't be worse than Derek Carr did for the team. I think Geno Smith is capable enough to win some games. I don't see them making the playoffs, bro. The AFC West is tough. Bo Nix, Denver, Herbert, Chargers, Mahomes, the best. Come on, man, the guy right now, Chiefs. The Raiders gonna have to win some games, bro. They're gonna have to win some games in many different ways, bro. Multiple fashions to win to have a successful season this year. If it's gonna be defense. It's gonna be Geno in the shootout. They gotta win that. If it's gonna be running game, take it home, it gotta be that. It's so many ways that the Raiders gonna have to win to have a successful season this year. It's gonna be tough, bro. They're in a tough division. So let's start there. You feel what I'm saying? But Geno as a quarterback, he's decent. He's decent. Your quarterback room has gotten way better. The quarterback room is way better from last year. Way better. 10 times better from last year. So if I had to grade them for this, I give you a B plus. I give you a B plus. I'm giving you a B because it's a great trade. But if you can't, the reason why I'm not giving you an A is because Geno's his history of how he played, bro. And now he's in a tougher division now than the division that been. You're talking about we're going from the NFC West to the AFC West. So now you in this division, you gotta step up, bro, because you're going against some guys to where their team are expected to make the playoff. You're the only team that made the playoff last year. All 3 teams in your division made the playoff. You didn't make no playoffs. You didn't make the playoffs at all. So now you're depending on Geno Smith to take you back to the playoffs since 2021. I don't see it. I think the Raiders will be a better team this year. I think they'll be middle of the pack. I think they'll probably be a seven. I can see them. They'll probably potentially be a 7-10 team, 8-9 team at the most. 9-8 if Geno can get them there. I can see Geno. I can see them being 9-8 and missing the playoffs. But I don't see them making the playoffs at all. But I just think the division is tougher. I think they're in rebuild mode. They're in win now mode, but it's gonna be rebuild mode because I think through the season they're going to be making changes to figure out who should be the guys that stay and then who they're going to extend and who should be the guys they end up saying, okay, we had enough, we're going to release you. But they're still trying to figure out, bro, because we don't know where the Raiders really are, bro. We really don't, bro.